Hi, my name is Sabne Raznik, and this is the channel on YouTube where I do what I call mini readings, which is usually just one poem. Usually my own work. Sometimes I read the work of others. Here lately I've been doing that quite a bit. And, that I find in my own readings and that I like. It is a bit warm in here. I had to turn the fan off because it was overpowering the audio, and it is the longest night of the year, so, yeah, it's a bit warm, so please pardon my shininess, I guess. Tonight I wanted to read a poem by Patti Smith from her book, The Coral Sea. That's what it looks like, and I'm sure that everybody knows who Patti Smith is. The Coral Sea is a collection of prose poems written about Robert Mapplethorpe when he was dying, I think of AIDS, I'm not sure, but definitely in his last days. So, it's kind of about the things that he was thinking and feeling and all that, and it's quite interesting. The poem I'm going to read is called The Pedestal, and it opens with a quote from W.H. Hudson, "Life being more than all to me." And this is how the poem goes. The spiritual sea was the sea of Turner. Heavy mists punctuated with cold capricious light. He had not slept. He sought comfort in a cigarette, in the feel of a delicately hammered match case, and the containment in the moving scroll, the changing sea beyond the porthole. He sat for a long while on the edge of the cot, and opened a small crimson book that had been a favorite of his uncle. It was heavily underscored, and one line in particular pierced him through, producing the unexpected shock of heartache. He rose and disrobed. He stood before the long glass and dressed slowly, deliberately, as if for a match, in linen fine as winding cloth. He took several deep breaths, for his heart, deeply fueled by his assertive action, was beating madly. He turned and surveyed the cabin. The ebony boot-jack, a translucent pitcher and bowl, his drafting instruments, and the cobalt inkwell wherein he had kept so many demons. Nothing jarred. All was as he wished, and saluting with a glance, he exited and fairly marched from level to level until he reached the promenade, which was desolate. He longed for an instant to take hold of one's small waist and waltz upon the highly polished boards, to charm beauty, to be bold and seductive, to be intoxicated by love, a reason to believe, a knot upon the stair. Liberation, dear lady, free as I am. They circled. Liberation by what? By whom? By winds? By the whims of a magnificent statue? It couldn't matter. Thus free, how shall I be cast, springing from the poised forefinger of a young girl, or from a pedestal skyrocketing, spewing hard bits of marble into the angry mists? He inhaled the unholy sea, for so it now seemed. The deafening foghorn was a great lily heralding him away. What cord would bind him? A waft of music, a ribbon raving? How should he be decorated? A pair of clever wings fashioned in gold? An ancient garment, or the remnants of a child's coat, dissolving in a vat of tears? He steadied himself. He had, in his perversity, welcomed such lamenting, for he was feverish, and the tears of the adoring cooled him until he became powerless to stop their flow. Such tears filled him with revulsion. No one could enter a soul composed of tears, for one would surely drown. He stood exactly where he stood at the onset of his voyage, and it occurred to him at this place, having no heir, no beloved, that he was alone, and he must be to himself his own son, and his own father, and his own companion, to love and to elevate oneself as a god pressing against the blue and burning into form. And all at once the beauteous complexity of the self, in its purity and its vanity, was revealed to him, burning into a form of its own, a form of knowledge luxuriant as a forest, untouched save by the miraculous frivolity of nature. and the sea churned about him, a being given to the sea amidst sighs of release. And for a brief moment he mourned the wave and lustre of his own hair, of a precious head of curls once treasured by a mother, curls that would flow straight in the layers of the deep until, the cycle complete, he would be free, the crux of his own desire. The sleeves of his white shirt billowed. He addressed the foam. Purity, in the arms of a child, is a smothered lamb, a crushed joy. For one great moment you saw the foam mount and mushroom, a torso of cloud that hardened, a pedestal composed of the elements, and he opened his shirt, for he desired nothing more than to stretch across and be absorbed. And his blood was sounding, and his ears were ringing, and he was disconcerted and more than a little annoyed to find that he was weeping. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you come again for the next readings. Thank you for watching.